स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे त्रयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्री यतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So welcome to Swami Vivekananda Yoga Ashram YIC course. And today we are concluding all our theory classes. Today is the final topic. The topic is the life and message of Sri Ramakrishna as well as the mother Sharada Devi. These are the two things we will be looking into the first half. In the second half, we will be looking into the Swami Vivekananda's life and teachings. Okay. Who is this Ramakrishna Paramahamsa? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a living embodiment of the godliness. His sayings are not those of a just mere learned person, but they are pages from the book of life. They are the revelations from his own experiences. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa in 1814, he took a birth in a small village called Dire in the district of the Hooghly in the West Bengal. And from the childhood, he is very much interested in the spiritual sadhanas. He was not even interested to go to the school. When his brother asked him to go to the school, he used to ask, what I am going to learn from the school? This education is only for the bread and butter. I am not interested in these things. I am interested in the higher things. So he never shown any interest in the studies, but he studied a little bit. And his father's name was Kshudiram Chatterjee. He did so much worship to the Bhagavan Ishvara, as well as his mother worshipped a lot to the Ishvara to have a blessed child, a divine child. And this Ramakrishna Paramahamsa took birth. His childhood name was Gadadhar. People used to call him Gadhai, Gadadhar. Gadadhar means a name of the Vishnu, one of the name of the Vishnu. Because the father is used to worship the Vishnu, mother used to worship the Shiva, and he is a blessed child by the Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva. And he became afterward as a sannyasi. The name was Ramakrishna. So because of his knowledge, he got a title Paramahamsa, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Hamsa means swan. So why this Paramahamsa title is given? There is a special quality is there in the swan. Not this ordinary swan, the swans which are there in the Himalayas, the high level. The specialty of the swan is you mix the water into the milk and you give it to the swan. And swan will drink only the milk, keeps the water as it is. That is the specialty of the swan. I don't know how many of you know this one. In the modern times, when you take the milk to the, like a palakendram, milk kendram, because the farmers, they will take the milk in the cans, they will give it to in the dairy farm. In the dairy farm, there are machines, and these machines segregates the milk and water. You can observe sometimes when you go to the dairy farm. And this is the quality of the swan. And Paramahamsa, Parama is an adjective. Parama means the highest, the greatest swan. So why that Paramahamsa is given to the Ramakrishna? Because the Paramahamsa is separating the milk and water, that indicates the discrimination. The discrimination between the milk, between the water. That is for the swan. So when it comes to our life, we need to have the discrimination between the Nitya and Anitya. The discrimination between the Shreyas and Preyas. The differentiation between the permanent and impermanent. So hence this Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to have the discrimination between what is the material life, what is the spiritual life, what is my highest goal, ultimate goal. And he used to play with the children, like all the children will play like that. Our Gadadhar also used to play in the childhood days. And whenever he used to play with the children, he used to play the role of playing meditation, like a worshipping child or the god. One day, there was a drama is going on in the village. That time the person, the child who is supposed to play this Shiva character, Shiva role, he was not there somehow. Then they found who should be the right person. So they approached the Gadadhar, the young boy. And somehow they convinced him, the Gadadhar was convinced to do like act like a Shiva. And he was on the stage with the Shiva character. He is totally absorbed into the Shiva character. So whatever he used to practice, he used to involve deeply. And many people astonished looking at the Ramakrishna in the character called Shiva, as though Lord Shiva himself is sitting there. That was a great experience when you study this Ramakrishna Kathamrutam. And this is that happened on the Shivratri day in the Kamarpur, that is there in your manual also. Okay. And the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also having one great quality. In olden days, people used to follow this untouchability a lot. Like you should have the distance, I will be distance. But Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is taken birth in a Brahmin family. There is a tradition called the Yajnopaveta Samskara. On the Yajnopaveta Samskara, this person has to go to the Bhiksha. There is a tradition. Then he said to his father one condition. If you allow me to take the Bhiksha from this particular person, this particular people, according to the local village standard, they are called a low caste people. But Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is a young age, he said, no untouchability. If you allow me to take the Bhiksha from these families, then only I will take the Yajnopaveta Samskara. Otherwise, I am not going to do. Somehow he convinced his parents, and after his Yajnopaveta, he went and took the first Bhiksha from these low caste families. So to prove Ramakrishna Paramahamsa proved there is no caste feeling. This is came in between. So all are equal. Like yesterday, Narendra Modi Prime Minister was inaugurated the Ramanujacharya, a statue of equality. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he used to implement this when he was a child. This is a big information, big knowledge. How this young boy says to his father, I will take the Bhiksha from only this family. So that is a great service activity. The looking at the equal vision, the Advaita Bhavana in the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa when he was in the childhood days itself. When he was very young, he lost his father. And his marriage also is very interesting. When he is behaving like this, people used to think like he's like a mad person. You know, that is a common. If anyone is like, if you are going to the ashramas in the today also, if you are associated with any of the ashrams, some people think, this fellow is useless, fellow, you don't know anything. That's why it's going to the ashramas, is wasting his life. And we think they are wasting their life. So in Telugu, there is a saying, "Evad pichi vadi kanandamu annattu," but only thing is, we think other person also is a pichi. I don't have any pichi, I don't have any madness. So this is a common. So people used to think about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is like a mad person who will give a girl to him. And the parents are searching for him everywhere. Then he says, don't search anywhere. You please go to the so-and-so village and meet the so-and-so person. His daughter is waiting for me. They never met. So as per the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's instructions, parents goes to that particular place and they found the Sharada Matha, young girl. You know, so much age difference between the Ramakrishna and Sharada Matha. But when they approach, they are willing to give their daughter to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and somehow they got the marriage also. Even after the marriage, when marriage to Sharadamani, Sharada Mata used to be called Sharadamani. And they are not having any children. The Sharada Mani, the Sharada mother, Sharada Mata's mother, she used to worry. Oh, my son-in-law is like this, my daughter is like that, they don't have any children. She used to worry. So one day Ramakrishna Paramahamsa meets his aunt, Sharada mother's mother, says, "Oh mother, don't worry that your daughter don't have children. In future, some thousands and thousands of the people are going to call her as a mother. She is the mother of some many lakhs and lakhs of people. She is a divine mother. Don't look at her as a like a material aspect point of view mother." Today people calls mother Sangha Janani, that we will discuss when it comes to the Sharada Matha, or we can go simultaneously Sharada Matha, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And today, if the Ramakrishna Mat is surviving, means many people think because of Swami Vivekananda, it is wrong. If today Ramakrishna Mat still surviving, means just because of the Sharada Mata. People used to call her Sangha Janani. Swami Vivekananda just established the Ramakrishna Mat. And there are so many other Swamis, like Swami Brahmananda, Swami Shivananda, Swami Sharadananda. There are many people used to take care. And Sharada Mata is guiding them as a spiritual mother. So because of the Sharada Mata, today is a Ramakrishna Mat is there. So she is called Sangha Janani. When Ramakrishna Paramahamsa left the body, she is the one taking care of all the sannyasis, all the organizations. As a mother, as a spiritual guiding power, so that power, with her divine power, she made the Ramakrishna Mat to run and to continue. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when he lost his father, his brother took him to the Calcutta. So where he is working in a temple as a priest. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa joined with his brother as an assistant priest. Over a period of time, he became himself as a main priest, and he used to talk with the mother. That vision was developed. And there are so many interesting incidents in his life. So the best book to read about this Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, there are two books which I read, I can recommend. One is Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. In Telugu, it is called Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrutam. If you can read this Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrutam, even though if you don't read the Upanishads, you will get the knowledge. Everything is explained by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa in the Ramakrishna Kathamrutam with the small, simple stories. He conveyed the high philosophy in a beautifully very simple stories. In your manual also, there are a couple of stories are there. So you can read those stories when you are having the free time. This Ramakrishna Kathamrutam is written by Master Mahashaya. His name is Master Mahashaya. You know, the interesting thing for this book, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa never encouraged anyone to note down whatever he is teaching. He allowed only one person. He is called Master Mahashaya. He was a school teacher. And this person, whatever he listens, not only writes that, but he writes everything, the complete situation, like a photographic memory, like a video presentation. When you read the Ramakrishna Kathamritam, you feel that each and every incident, what is happening this side, what is happening that side, how the atmosphere, who are the people, what the other people are doing, each and every minute point is covered. Not only simply whatever Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told. So this is one of the great book, Ramakrishna Kathamritam. The other book is The Great Master. The Great Master Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Or in simple in Telugu translation as Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, 2 volumes written by Swami Sharadananda. These are the 2 books which helps us to understand Jnana, Bhakti, Karma and all other yogas. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when he went to the Calcutta, the temple was constructed by Rani Rasamani. She was a great lady, she was a queen, and her son-in-law used to take care of the temple, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to talk with the Mother Kali. One day, Swami Vivekananda comes to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and says, have you seen the God? He says, yes, I have seen the God. Like how I am looking at you, how I am seeing you, the same way I have seen the God. Not only that I have seen the God, I can make you also to see the God. So that is an incident which Swami Vivekananda got the inspiration. So far, no one is given this authoritative answer to Swami Vivekananda. This is the first Ramakrishna Paramahamsa given this statement to him. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he studied and he also practiced all the spiritual sadhanas with the 2 gurus. So first guru, Bhairavi Brahmani. She is a lady, she is a tantric teacher. And Bhairavi Brahmani came to the Dakshineshwar, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa undergone so many sadhanas under the guidance of Bhairavi Brahmani. These sadhanas are called tantric sadhanas, very powerful sadhanas. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa performed everything. Then comes the another guru, Totapuri. Totapuri, when he comes there, he asked the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, I came here to teach you. Then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, you wait, I will ask my mother and come. Totapuri is thinking that maybe he is going to ask his own mother, like a physical mother, biological mother. He goes to the Kali Mata and asks, Amma, someone came saying that he is going to teach me. Mother says, I only sent him to you. You go and study. Then he learns all the Advaita sadhanas. He practices the Advaita sadhanas under the Totapuri. Totapuri is not an ordinary person. He is a Naga Baba, Nanga Sadhu. So today you know when the Kumbh Mela takes place, the Naga Sadhus comes first. Very, very powerful sadhus. This Totapuri is a Naga Sadhu. In your manual, you are having the picture also of the Totapuri. Very, very powerful sadhu. And he teaches the Advaita sadhanas. And when he is practicing these sadhanas, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is not able to reach the final goal. Whenever he is sitting for the meditation, whenever he is sitting for the sadhana, he used to have the vision of the mother. Then Totapuri asks, what can you see? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say, I can see the only mother. Okay. So now, when you are looking into the mother, what is it in the mother's hand? There is a big sword is there in the mother's hand. Take the sword and cut the mother. And he takes the sword, cut the mother, means the vision. That's it. He entered into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. According to Patanjali Yoga Sutras point of view, which is called Nirvija Samadhi. So the samadhi is having the two types, sabija samadhi, nirbija samadhi. Sabija samadhi means with the seed. With the seed means you are having a divine form, maybe Rama or Krishna or Shiva, and you are doing the meditation, contemplation on that particular object, and you are beautifully, you are totally involved into that object. You forgotten about yourself. The only this divine aspect is there in front of you. So that is also, that is called Sabija Samadhi. When that is also is gone, you are totally merged into the Nirbija Samadhi. Neither you are having the awareness that I am the practicing, or nor you are having the awareness about I am practicing the meditation on this particular object. That is called Nirbija Samadhi or Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is highlighted in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Nirbija, in Advaita point of view, Nirvikalpa. Nirvikalpa, there are no more Vikalpas. So he studied the sadhanas from Totapuri. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also practiced all the different sadhanas which are mentioned in the different religions. He practiced the Islam, he practiced the Christianity, and he also practiced this Madhura Bhava. Madhura Bhava means like imagining himself as a lady and devoted to the Lord Krishna. Even that also he did the practices. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, you worshipped the Sharada Matha as a Mother Kali and did the Shodashopachara to the Mother Kali. And he made the mother with the full divine powers. And he also had the vision of all other religious masters. And within the Hindu Sampradaya, he studied, he practiced all the matas. All the matas means all the different methods. And there is one interesting incident I would like to quote. Along with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, there are two more sadhus. These three studied under Bhairavi Brahmani, and all these three people got so many powers, like a siddhis. And one of the person is misusing the siddhis, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used his siddhi to remove the other person's siddhi, because other person is misusing. Then he teaches the other person, this is not the purpose. We have learned these siddhis, we gained these siddhis under our guru. This is not the proper way. He educates that person. This is one incident. That means Ramakrishna Paramahamsa all the time using the power, the siddhis for the loka kalyanartham, not for the personal. And the second incident in the Calcutta where he used to live, there is a Ganga river is there. And one side is a two sides banks, one side is a temple, other side is a city. The people used to travel to here to there to here on the boats. And there is a one person, one of the co-brother, like other student, he did the, I think, 12 years sadhana. And he got the siddhi. You know what is the siddhi? Walking on the water. And this person used to walk on the Ganga river from this bank to that bank to this bank. And one day he comes to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, very arrogant. He says, you know, I achieved this siddhi. I can walk from here to there to here. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa asks, how many years you spent to gain this siddhi? He says, I spent my 12 or 13 years to gain this siddhi. Then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, you have wasted your 12 years of the life. If you give the 25 NP to this boatsman, he will take you from here to there. For that, you spend the 12 years time. Siddhis are important, but when you are going behind the siddhis, how much time you are spending? He says you wasted 12 years. Whether 12 years are great or 25 NP, just to give the 25 NP. Those days, Paul, not even 25 NP, maybe 10 NP. So take today also maybe 5 rupees or 10 rupees maximum if you go to Calcutta from this side to other side, because I've been there. Just give the 10 rupees. The boatsman will take you from here to there and he will get some livelihood. And for that you spend the 12 years. Just to go from here to there, there to here. So remember, so Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is warning us, don't go beyond the siddhis, behind the siddhis. Siddhis will waste your time, takes away other things and also makes you very pride. Let siddhis come to us, but you should not go behind the siddhi. And even though if you get the siddhi, use that siddhi for the loka kalyanartham. This was the teaching. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa got so many disciples, like sannyasa disciples as well as the grihastha disciples. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is not given sannyasa to anyone when he was alive. He only given the sannyasa clothes to these disciples, like Vivekananda, Brahmananda, all these people, he given the clothes. Then after Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, in the name of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and all the sadhus, they took the sannyasa vows. They have said, Swami Vivekananda sent one to sannyasis to the Kailas ashram in the Rishikesh, where they have learned the sannyasa prakriyas, how to do the sannyasa vows, how to do the sannyasa rituals. Then in the name of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, they have taken the sannyasa diksha. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa got the sannyasa from Totapuri. So hence this Ramakrishna order Swamijis comes under the Puri Sampradaya. Full name of Swami Vivekananda is not Swami Vivekananda. The full name is Swami Vivekananda Puri. Like a Totapuri, Ramakrishna Puri, Swami Vivekananda Puri, Swami Ranganathananda Puri. But over a period of time, just people call Vivekananda, every Swami is become like that. So Shankaracharya given a Dashanami Sampradaya. The 10 titles are given in the sannyasa ashramas. These 10 titles, depending upon the different situations and circumstances, very beautifully pointed out Shankaracharya. So one is called Puri, other one is called Saraswati, like a Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Shivananda Saraswati. Saraswati is one title, Puri is one title, and Giri is one title. Like a Prajnananda Giri is there. Aranya is one title. So like the different titles are there. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he trained all the disciples in a different methods. For every student, he used to apply one method. So just to quote one example, I will give. One of the disciple, when he is walking and going in a boat, there are some other people, and one person commented on Ramakrishna Paramahamsa as a ill statements, wrong comments very badly. And this disciple got the angry, holding the collar of that person lifted in the air to throw in the Ganga water. So other people said, no, so he stopped. And with this news went to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa called this disciple. Then he started scolding him, why you did like that? If someone says some negative comments on me, why you should get angry? This is not a good for you. Then he given a teaching, one specific teaching methods. And there is one more disciple who went to the market in the Calcutta. There are some people who are giving the negative comments on Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, but this disciple kept quiet and came back. News came to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and he calls him, he gives the left and right to that person. If someone is saying the negative comments on your guru, where you are having a clear understanding of your teacher, if they are saying comments, how can you keep quiet? You would have given the left and right there itself. Other person is said, that is not the right. But this person is said, it is not the contradictory statements. Please understand here, most of the time we think Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is giving the contradictors. No. According to the nature of a disciple, the training should be given. For some person, is there too much anger? That anger has to be come down. The other person, totally like a dull-witted kind of thing, least bothered, careless. This person has to be inculcated some responsibilities. So these are the two methods Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is given. There are so many stories are there, like a parables of Sri Ramakrishna, which is mentioned in your manual, so many books. And Mother Sharada, the Sharada Matha is also a whatever Ramakrishna Paramahamsa showed, that she used to follow, and she never ever felt bad when the people are talking about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa illness. She knows the glory of the Mother Sharada, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. She used to take care of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. She living in a small house, not even 10 by 10, maybe 6 by 4, that kind of room. She used to live. She used to take care all the sadhus, whoever is coming there, and she treated all the disciples of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa as her own children. So people used to call her mother. When first time Margaret Noble, who came to India, she is a disciple of Swami Vivekananda. Later she is known as Sister Nivedita. Sharada Mata invited her, took her into her laps, treating her as her own daughter. In those days, if any foreigners and different people are coming, people used to say like a kind of aversion kind of thing. But Sharada Mata, she proved her love irrespective of your nation, your culture, your religion, your gender, your caste. She used to treat everyone as the same. So later, this Margaret Noble became a Sister Nivedita. Today, many people knows about the Mother Teresa, but many people don't know about the Sister Nivedita. She is the one who started the first service activities in India. So in the Calcutta, when the plague was there, Sister Nivedita, she offered herself to the society. She offered herself to the Mother India. Hence, she got the name called Nivedita. Niveda means offering. She herself is offered. So she is the one who started the first service activities in India during the plague disease. And still today in Calcutta, there is a school. Sister Nivedita school is there. There is one book is there. Teachings of Mother Sharada. Many people, first they interact with the Swami Vivekananda literature. Then afterward, they think, oh, Swami Vivekananda taught everything. What else will be there to read in Ramakrishna Paramahamsa? Then once when they start the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, oh my God, so much. See, many people take the inspiration from Swami Vivekananda. But if you want to be Vivekananda, like Vivekananda, you need to study Ramakrishna Paramahamsa teachings. Because by the study, by the inspiration from the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, a Narendra became a Swami Vivekananda. So hence studying the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa literature helps us a lot to be like Swami Vivekananda. And what else will be there? What Sharada Mata can teach? Everything taught by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda. But when you look into the Sharada Mata teachings, you will be you will become a divine mother. Even though you are a man or a woman, we will inculcate the divine mother qualities in us. So Sharada Mata literature, the teachings of Sharada Mata is an amazing literature, because all these three literatures I have studied myself, and this 1 hour or 1 day is not sufficient to talk about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Sharada Mata or Swami Vivekananda. But to just give an idea to you, we are given. Now I would like to quote one quotation of Sharada Mata. She used to say, if you want peace of mind, మీకు మనస్ ప్రశాంతత కావాలి అని అనుకుంటే, don't look into the faults of others. Don't see the faults in others. If you want the peace of mind, this is the teaching. And the second teaching, she used to say, whenever you feel alone or loneliness, helplessness, you just think that you are having a mother. I am there for you. Even a Chandala came to the mother, she used to treat him. And one day when she is traveling in a forest, a thief came, a robber came, and with mother, her love, with the divine love, that person is totally transformed. Started treating the Sharada Mata as his own daughter. And he comes and drops into the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. I brought my daughter, oh my son-in-law. So with her divine speech, she transformed the many people. And if you look at the 152 page number, this modern people should read the Sharada Mata's message, especially this 22nd century boys and girls. If I say girls, people say, why only girls, why not boys? The boys and girls both should read Sharada Mata literature. Then you will understand the value for our life. The only ornament of a woman is her modesty. As for those who depend upon God and have faith in Him, well, that itself is their Shraddha. There are 20 quotations are given to you, the points in the manual. And the summary is concluding this one. We are indeed fortunate that through the Sharada Mata life and sayings, we get a glimpses of the infinite mercy of divine. How much more fortunate much have been those who were eyewitnesses to her life. We must be grateful to them for the record they left behind in the form of their reminiscences so that we can now benefit by them. So please read Ramakrishna Kathamrutam and Sharada Mata Vachanamrutam. Wonderful things. So after break in another 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, we will rejoin. We will see Swami Vivekananda's message. Om.